everyone, welcome back to Cloud9 Intuitive. I am here to do a collective reading for the new moon in Capricorn. It's the first new moon of 2024. I'm really excited about it, and it's taking place on Thursday, January 11th at 3:57 a.m. Pacific time. Adjust for your time zone wherever you are in the world. Hi y'all, I hope you're all doing really well out there. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you are returning, I love you so much. I appreciate that so much. If you are new here and I happen to resonate with you as a reader, please hit the subscribe button if you're so inclined. Also drop me a comment, hit the thumbs up. Those things are free and they really do help my channel to grow. And I look forward to growing this year. So let's do it. Let's work together. That's also a really good way to sort of engage with the energy. What I'm really doing here is just connecting in with energy. So if you're connecting in with the channel, which is in some way connecting in with me, I feel like your energy is more likely to be present in these readings. So let's just hop into this. Let's talk about it. So Capricorn energy. The reason that I'm so kind of excited about this is it's felt like sort of like a almost like a little bit of an uphill a little bit as we move into the new year. It's like kind of like trudging along. The engine's having a little bit of a hard time getting started or something like that. But this Capricorn energy offers us a little like dose of ambition. Capricorn is nothing if not ambitious, industrious. Capricorn loves a goal. And so whatever you want to call it, a goal, an intention, a vision, calendaring, whatever you want to call it, this is a really good energy to sort of like set your sights into the future. What are the shifts that you would need to start making now in order to see yourself boldly in a new experience, in an enhanced experience as we get deeper into this year? This year is going to be a lot, and I feel like there's this New Year optimism that everyone kind of has, but also it has been sort of a rough path to get here, and there's a lot of tumultuous activity in the cosmos that's going on this year. Just a lot of like transitions that might feel like jolts. They're showing, I don't know, what is it called when you're driving a clutch and like you don't do it, or you don't shift the gear right and the car like does that thing, like it might feel a little bit choppy this year. We've got a lot going on in terms of like politics. It's an election year. We also have a lot of economic unpredictability that's happening right now. There's global humanitarian crises literally all over the world that are going unaddressed. There's unaddressed PTSD from the pandemic. Like there's all of these things that are sort of bubbling up in this year as we have these astrological shifts in the sky. I think most importantly, sorry about the noise. I think most importantly, the shift of Pluto moving into Aquarius this year, and we get our first taste of that this month on January 19th. I might come and do a reading for it. We'll see. But I definitely will on Patreon. But yeah, so we're getting our first sort of taste of that. And I think one of the things that it's really important for us to do is to make sure that we know what our anchors are. Determine what our controllables are and really master them. You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of chaos that we're not going to be able to control, but we can control certain things about our present experience. And I think it goes beyond like just the tangible. Like it's one thing to be like, yeah, I want my home to look like this. I want my sanctuary to look like this, or I want, like, to live in this kind of neighborhood. That's like one thing, you know what I mean? That's like tangible stuff. Or I want to eat these types of foods. Those are all things that you can control, and you should really focus in on controlling those things, right? But then there's also like your spiritual needs, right? And you should not be compromising on those. Once you determine what those spiritual needs are, so you can feel fortified out here in this chaotic world where there's a war going on outside, y'all. It's like there's a spiritual war that's going on outside, and it's really important for us to be able to be anchored, be grounded, and be rooted in those things that we know allow us to have open access to our higher selves, right? And so this is a really great time around this Capricorn new moon to set those routines in place and to really get ourselves in the frame of mind that says, these are the shifts that I'm making now so I can be boldly positioned or repositioned as we move through this year, and not really be swayed off my path or waylaid as the sort of chaos unfolds in the world around. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not to say to be like blind to what's going on in the world around it, but it's to say, like, there are certain things that, like, we cannot compromise on individually if we're going to be expected to show up in the world in some sort of integrity, like mind, body, soul integrity, right? So we have to understand what those things are and then master them, control your controllables. And I think this is a really good time to determine what those things are. And like, yeah, it's preparing our vessels, preparing our minds, preparing our spirits, our soul bodies to be ready to navigate a lot of the treachery that we're going to be seeing over the course of the, like, I mean, it's just going to be a really strange landscape with this Pluto moving into Aquarius transit. Like, it's going to be really difficult to tell, like, the real from the fake. You know what I mean? So if you're not sure what a sky with no light pollution looks like, you should go out and find one and, like, try to check it out, because I mean, you won't even know what pictures are real and what pictures of whose voice is real, so like, be rooted, be grounded, know what are the things that you come home to, right? Know what feels like home to you, and continue and be a conscious creator of that environment. And if we're all doing that, if we're all consciously creating these environments from the space of open access to our higher selves, we then can sort of help to dissipate some of that denser energy that's sort of fighting in the spiritual warfare. I also have been getting, and I talked about this a little bit over on Patreon, this energy that, like, there are, like, angelic and ancestral reinforcements that are coming here now, or making themselves more present and known now, as a lot of this sort of chaos and turmoil rises up in the world, or like starts to express itself in sort of like collective distortion. These angelic forces are really going to make their presence known. Angelic and ancestral. It feels like there are certain missions. They feel like they're on different kinds of missions. I don't know, but there's definitely a protective energy that's coming in to allow us to do the work that we need to do to boldly position ourselves individually and as a collective into sort of this new shifted energy where, like, we're creating from our light bodies as opposed to creating from whatever we've been creating from for the past, I don't know, how old is the United States of America? All right, let's go ahead and get into a reading. I've been talking for 9 minutes. I guess I will timestamp when the reading starts, but I feel like I had to say that it's the first new moon of the year. It's a really great opportunity for us to really set some bold intentions for ourselves. Set some bold intentions. And it doesn't mean that we have to do anything right now. I feel like this is like preparing. This is like like preparing to be the fool, right? Preparing to take the leap of faith. What do you need to do? How do you prepare your vessel, prepare your mind, prepare your soul body in order to take the leap of faith to be in the place that you want to be, as we move through to the end of this year and into next? Already talking about next year, because next year is going to be really important too. All right, let's go ahead. Messages for the collective for the Capricorn new moon, please. Ooh, one more. Grab some water. Okay. You have summer, bask in the joy and light. Yeah, I feel like again, this is like these are not things that you're necessarily doing now. It's like preparing to do. There's like a preparing to do, or like a sort of like a planning energy that I'm getting here. But it's but it's sort of like so that you can be in a certain experience, be in the light, by the time we get to the summer. Wow, look at this card, Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. Listen, isn't that what I said? That's literally what I said. And then you have unlock the magic within, right? I feel like as you come into this, as you sort of fortify yourself, right? As you fortify yourself and make these plans, it's like preparedness, right? One of the things that it like allows for boldness. Hold on one second. Sorry. Excuse me. One of the things that allows for boldness is like being prepared, right? Being like having the information that you need to move forward. Like it's like when you don't. It's like when you have big blind spots or big nesciences or like things like it's like all right, you're going to run a marathon. You know you're going to run a marathon, and you only focus on, I don't know, you only focus on, I don't even know how to train for a marathon, but you don't do it the right way. You don't train for the marathon the right way, but you know it. You know what I'm saying? This is like making sure that you like do all of the things. You have all of the pieces. You put all of the pieces in order. You're putting all of the pieces in order right now. You're getting yourself into integrity as well. And once you do that, it's like a key. It's almost like all the pieces, like the puzzle, like put all the puzzle pieces together, right? And like they're sturdy, and then it sort of unlocks this new experience. This new experience where you get to bask in the joy and then the light. Okay. Honor your inner knowing at the bottom of the deck. Let's keep going. Make plans and focus. You have, at the bottom of the deck, there's Treasure Island. I'm laughing because new life like popped out here, but it's like there's a process that comes here to get to this part where you're stretching up into this new life. There's a process. You have to figure out like again, it's that idea of conscious co-creation, right? Of like conscious co-creation and connecting in with expanded levels of consciousness, right? So that you can tap into your gifts in a new way. There's no new life if you're not doing new things. You're about to be doing new things, right? Because like if you want to step into this, wake up into this energy of the new life, you're making plans, and focusing on how you can exchange your gifts in new ways, how you can connect in with an expanded consciousness in new ways. Um, you might be having conversations with new or different types of people. You could also be getting getting some information that really helps you plan, really helps you make plans here. Around the 15th, some really critical information that you need in order to know like what your next move is going to be. Okay. What did I want to do? I wanted to do this. The 15th, the 27th. You could have been born in 1996. I don't know who that's for. Something happened in 1996. You have the law of transcendence. Revere the dark side of life. You have the law of increase. You were born for greatness. And then you have the law of mental equivalent. Use your imagination to create your dreams into reality, right? This is about that spiritual fortitude too, right? So it's like revere the dark. When you have spiritual fortitude, you understand your light and your shadow. Like you embrace both your light and your shadow. Because if you're not doing that, right, you don't have spiritual fortitude. It's like your shadow then becomes your weak point, right? Because you haven't embraced it. And so it's almost like it's left out in the wind, and it makes you vulnerable. Right? Can't nobody tell you nothing about you like you know about you, right? Like you know who you are, and if you just embrace the whole of you, nobody can kind of use that energy against you, because it's like you understand it. It's part of you. You don't. It doesn't exercise itself as a distortion. It exercises itself as part of what makes you what makes you a valuable contributor to the collective consciousness, right? You understand that. And so like there's something here about like getting into that energy and not being like, they said shunning certain feelings or shunning certain experiences because you don't want to feel a certain way or something like that. I don't know who that's for. But then it's like when you can embrace all of it and have that comprehensive spiritual fortitude. Comprehensive fortitude. I don't know why it's like this. So they're giving it to me. It's like this is a time when you're like getting yourself ready. It's like, you're tuning up and getting ready because of all the things that are going to be going on around you. If you're not tuned up, you're not going to make it all the way to where you need to be at the end of the year. And it feels like a bold repositioning. You have the law of increase, this is the law of increase, right? You were born for greatness. You're stepping into a period of greatness, or even further greatness, greaterness, right? You're stepping into a new period of greatness. You are going to be able to create some sort of dream into a reality, but it's all about the planning and the focus and the making sure that you have all the pieces together, right? And you have all of your pieces together, right? Okay. Let's do this. Deck is so hard for me to shuffle, and I don't know why, but it is. All right. Whoa, hello. I'm going to leave those up here. It's the Nine of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. I don't know why they flew out like that. We're going to leave those right there for now. They're playing in my head. It's the end of the world as you know it. As we know it. How's that song go? I don't even know that's. It's the end of the world as we know it. That's what they're playing. That's the song that they're playing right now. Ooh. And then you have the Seven of Cups in reverse here. The end of illusion. Maybe. End of confusion. As you start to sort of, thank you, as you start to plan and focus and like, it's like a step-by-step process almost. It's like a process that, and as it all starts coming together, because it's like you're doing this work to like get your body together. You're doing this work to get your mind together. Maybe you're meditating. Maybe you're taking a walk. Maybe you're, you know, going into the salt room. I don't know what you're doing, but maybe you're doing something to like sort of like get yourself together. It's like gathering your things almost, right? You're like, okay, let me get myself back, come back to myself. That's what I'm getting. It's like coming back to yourself. You're doing all these things to come back to yourself, but at the same time, you're making these plans, and it's like that's the trigger for the activation, right? It's like the more you lean into care for yourself. I haven't even turned these cards over yet. You have the Prince of Wands and the High Priestess. The more you lean into like caring for yourself and making sure you're good, right? Making sure you're good, making sure you have everything that you need, and putting yourself in, but like and crafting your experience so that you don't have to compromise on those things, right? You know what I mean? The more you can do that, the more it allows you to get clearer in the planning, and focus more intently on the vision, and see yourself like establishing this bold new position later on down the year without being scathed by, again, all the shit that's going on. Okay. The High Priestess and the Prince of Wands. This is like, it's almost like getting inspired from your gut again. You know what I mean? There's like something about like, like it's like making moves, creating from this. It's like, it feels like a space that you might not have had access to for quite some time, possibly because of like fear. Or like maybe like feeling like you were like a victim of circumstances, or trapped in certain circumstances that then like propelled themselves into like a level of fear here. But it's like a mental cage almost that you had yourself in, that didn't allow you to access this really critical point of creation. And you're unlocking that here. You're unlocking that here because you're not confused anymore. It's like you're not confused anymore because you're getting yourself back into integrity. It's almost like it's showing me fragments, like showing me I don't know what the card is. It's in like the Osho deck, but it's showing me a fragmented being, like a fragmented being, all broken apart and in different places, trying to accomplish different goals. But the vessel needs to be like, you need to be like one in unity within yourself, and you're moving. And as you get into that unity, you start moving ahead really quickly. And again, information starts coming into you because you're opening access points. You're opening access points to what needs to come into you, so that you can get to this new life point. So that you can get to this point. It's almost like it just all feels so simultaneous. Like as you open up access to this creative center, it's like it's like buzzing me in my solar plexus, right? It's like as you gain re-entry to this to this creative center, you're gaining re-entry to a creative center. So as you gain re-entry to the creative center, it's like you get information that comes in that's like, okay, and here's how you're going to be using that creative center. And you're like, oh my God, thank God, I just got re-entry. So exciting, right? And now and so it's like, and it's sort of like getting you out of this mental confusion. I saw the Hangman. Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, I remember now what I'm supposed to be doing from this creative center. Two of Cups, alignment. And Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, yeah. And then the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, beautiful. You have the Two of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you could be meeting somebody at work. I don't know, like you might be meeting somebody at work. You might be sort of like establishing some sort of relationship with somebody at work. But for others of you, this is like you getting into alignment with work that really means something to you, that's really meaningful to you, where you want to invest. Where it inspires you to want to know more, to invest your time, to invest your energy, where it lights you up, it illuminates you. You're having a lot of new ideas here. This is like a project that you get that's like, oh yeah, this is great. This feels right. But it only comes in when you regain access to that. You regain re-entry to that creative center. That creative center, the solar plexus, is it's like self-confidence. Maybe you want to wear yellow, or if you have citrine, maybe. Wow. I see the tower here. I'm not going to let that flip out though. I saw the tower here. It's like once you get this re-entry, it's kind of explosive. But it's like you're not going to get the re-entry until all of the other pieces are together, because it's like you have so many other things that are going to be going on around you, collapsing around you, right? And you can't allow yourself to get back into this place of like fear and hesitation. Once this like alignment comes through, once this thing that you want to invest your time and energy into comes through, you don't want to get back into this. You want to be full speed ahead moving forward, and you want to have your anchor set. The things that you can't compromise on, because you know that in order to move in integrity, those things need to be in order first. Celebration, Three of Cups. Celebration, reconciliation. Seven of Wands, protecting yourself. There's an energy of really needing to protect yourself and protect your process here. Protect your process here. It's so important. It's so important to protect your process here, so you can know who you are, so you can be sure of who you are. There's a surety that comes with the King of Pentacles, right? Because this is like the businessman, the business person, the head of household, as you were. You know what I mean? This is like the one who has the answer, and the ability to assist you in getting it done, or you're going to be this person who's just able to get it done. You have the answer, you have access to it. If you don't know the answer, you know who does know. You know how to do. You know how to get it. You know what I'm saying? This is very like sturdy energy. You got to be sturdy here. You got to be sturdy. You got to be sturdy. And you're going to have support. It's not that you're not going to have support. You're going to have support, but it's like you got to be your number one support. You got to be your number one support. And the number one way you can support yourself is to just do the things that you know you need to do in order to stay in integrity. And you're about to feel so good. Yeah, 9 of Cups when I split the deck. You're about to be feeling so good as you regain access. Then 10 of Pentacles when I did it again. As you regain access to this creative center, opportunities coming in. And you're just going to be really sturdy and really prepared. And you are protected here. You're certainly protected. There's a strong, I really feel this strong ancestral force that's sort of like, it's going to be moving through, but it needs to be here this year, because it's like with these astrological transits, it's like almost like imagine like hands just gripping the side of something just before like they fall. Like it's like the nail is going to be scraping down. They're not going to be able to hold on much longer, and it's going to fall away. It's like a lot of that energy. So there's a lot of grappling, and that's why the angelic and ancestral force is so present right now, to protect the repositioning. Okay. All right, let's get an oracle card. I've been talking for 32 minutes, y'all. Thank you so much if you're still here. Oh, like do like a notepad and a pencil or paper and stuff, right? Because we're getting ready. We're preparing. We're focusing, right? Learning the things that we need to learn in order to be prepared. To not have fear, to not have hesitation. Whoa. I'm going to take the one that's flipped up. It's the ghost dance. They're here, y'all. Number 22, master number 22. The angelic protection is definitely here. All right, let's see what this says. It says, the ghost dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. Should I stop or should I keep going? I don't know. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. The ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar, light a candle to them, and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered to you. Receive the gifts of those who have come before you and write a new story for your life. If you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning, a lost youth, or opportunities missed, it's time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny into the wind. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There's no learning for you there anymore. All right, y'all. Bold repositioning or positioning. Get ready. I'm excited. I'm going to extend it over on Patreon. The link is going to be the pinned comment. All the links that you're going to need are in the description box below if you want to join us on Patreon, book a personal. But if not, that's okay. Just, hit the subscribe if you're so inclined, hit the thumbs up, drop me a comment. I'd love to see it. And if this is where we leave things, please know I'm sending you so much love, so much peace, so many blessings, and I'll see you soon. Bye.